Tinder ghosted its users for supporting Black Lives Matter, and now it wants them back. Of course. We'll talk about it next on Keep It Social. What's up, y'all? I'm Paris, and this is Keep It Social. Did Tinder swipe left on Black Lives Matter? Even after the dating platform made a donation to BLM, users were banned for asking their matches to donate to causes related to the movement, raising thousands of dollars in the process. Tinder has since lifted the ban, but many users are still having a hard time reconnecting with the app. So maybe it wasn't a match after all? To talk more about Tinder's relationships with its users and the Black Lives Movement, I'm joined by my lovely co-host, Terrence. What's up, Terrence? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you today, Paris?
I'm doing all right. I'm hanging in there. And we're also joined today by Julia Reinstein, who is a reporter with BuzzFeed, and she joins us from New York, and she also uncovered this story. Hi, Julia. How are you?
Hi. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Thank you. So, Julia, why did Tinder ban these users? I mean, what rules did they actually even break?
Yeah, so I don't think it was a really conscious choice by Tinder, but basically what was happening is that they have in their community guidelines from ages ago that there's not supposed to be solicitation or promotion on the app. And people are saying in their bios, send me proof that you donated and then I'll start talking to you, or offering to send nudes or something like that. So there was kind of a little swap going on, and that got caught up both in spam filters and through reporting, and a bunch of people got banned.
That's interesting. I mean, first of all, I gotta say, it is a good way to weed out people if you want to ask them to make a donation. I mean, I can't knock people for doing that. But it is kind of confusing, exactly, especially because Tinder had made this big donation. So now it's kind of like, are you taking offense with people doing this on your platform? Like, what's going on there?
Yeah, I mean, the company was incredibly apologetic. They also were not aware this was happening until I inquired about it. And they've since said that they are not going to ban people for this, and they're going to reinstate people. They even offered an email address where if you've been banned, you can get in touch. The one kind of exception to this is that if you were offering to send nudes in exchange for donations, they said that they wouldn't ban you, but they would delete your bio.
Fair enough.
Like,
you said fair enough, and I think that's really interesting that they're a dating app that is so against solicitation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's a separate conversation. However,
yeah,
I
hear you. But
you know, in this specific moment, I can see where the assumption that these, these links, these bios, the information that they were putting in there was for something that probably they assumed was self-serving, right? Mm-hmm. Like, let me promote myself, let me promote this brand, yada, 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 when in essence, it was kind of the exact opposite. So I'm guessing, or I'm wondering, is there just an automatic response to these things instead of there being an investigative process, right?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people were just getting automatically banned. And to be clear, Tinder didn't get rid of their overall community guidelines. They said because they support Black Lives Matter that they're not going to ban people anymore. So it was a pretty specific exception to the rule, which is pretty cool.
It's also interesting to me that we have been seeing this instances around Black Lives Matter being banned on social platforms across the board, right? And at some point, at least it makes me wonder, is it really, you didn't know? Like, is it really an honest mistake, right? Because we've seen it with TikTok, now we're seeing it with Tinder. It makes me feel like it's not as honest anymore. It's kind of becoming a habit,
Yeah, and for me, it kind of rings hollow because I just remember like there was some data a couple of years ago about Tinder and about kind of the frequency at which you see certain races of people on the platform. And right. And so, and like this, that's not necessarily directly connected, but I think it's just another drop in the bucket of questions about Tinder and about like how well it's really practicing what it's preaching. And then for me, if I was someone who got banned because I did this, and then Tinder's like, oh yeah, sorry, we didn't mean it, you can come back. It's kind of like,
I don't want to come back.
No, I'm going to treat you like that annoying ex who was like,
right.
oh, well, I'm sorry, I did it that way, but like, I'm going to do it this way. Like, well, no, you didn't want me to do this thing. So like,
right.
Yeah, why am I coming back?
I feel like so much of this is that a lot of these big companies and tech companies are just so white that I feel like they have these blind spots that, you know, maybe they should have expected this would happen. And I was pretty surprised that they did not know it was happening by the time that I called them about it.
Right.
I thought they would know.
You had to ring the alarm for them, Julia. You just
right.
Yeah, like that was kind of confusing to me. But yeah, I mean, like I definitely could see people not wanting to go back, but at the same time, it's allowed now and people are raising thousands of dollars. So,
right.
you know.
It's the trade, right? Do I put the cause at the forefront and continue to raise this money, or do I step away from this platform because they didn't, you know, welcome, you know, what I was initially doing, you know?
Yeah. And I'm curious, like how, Julia, do you know how you even get your account reinstated and what comes back with you after you've been banned like that?
There's an email address that people can get in touch with, which is questions@gotinder.com. They're telling people if they've been banned for this reason to contact them to get their accounts back. I'm not sure if it's restored with full pictures and everything. I'm not certain of that. But they did promise that they are going to reinstate accounts that were banned for this reason.
Well, thanks, Tinder, I guess. But actually, and for real, thank you, Julia. We really appreciate your time and you're sharing your insights today.
Sure. Thank you so much. I think this is just another example of how Gen Z and millennials are using tech platforms and different social media and even dating apps, I guess, to add some good to the world and use them in creative new ways. So who knows what they'll think of next?
Who knows? We'll see. Take care.
You too.
Well, that's it for us. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our social channels and let us know what you like to see on the show. As well as who you'd like to see on the show. We'll see you next time. And until then, what should they do, Terrence?
Keep it social.